Alright guys, so I'm taking a look at the brand newly released CFMoto 750SR-S Sportbike. I'm going to start from the front, so let's start from the windshield. So it has a sport style windshield with your CFMoto in there. And then we look at the driving mirrors. So you have your driving mirrors, and integrated in the driving mirror assembly is the turn signal. So you can see the one for the left and the one for the right. So here you have your daytime running lights, and then the headlamps themselves are beneath that. Has this beak, looks really nice, and it has these wings here, and at first glance you would think it's just some light plastic slapped on it, but it's a whole unit. Feels very solid. It's not just one panel, but it's a whole design assembly to allow air through and to help with aerodynamics and balance. So that's nicely done. And then here you have some air inlets as well, one on the left and one on the right. Obviously LEDs all around. And then you look in there and you have the radiator, a huge radiator stretching from the left to the right. You have these lovely upside down forks, obviously, and the top part is painted in gold, and it has suspension travel adequate for a sport bike. You got your ABS, you got your mat guard here. All feels very high quality plastic. There's a reflector here, and it comes with double disc brakes here, very beefy and thick disc brakes here. And it also has this cooling inlet, so as you ride along you have wind going through and hitting directly the brake discs and cooling them. Because it's a fast bike, it's a 700cc bike, so you're gonna need some strong braking power. And as you can see here, brake cooling, so that's the purpose of it. And it comes in these lovely black rims. And let's look at the front tire size. So we can't see it from here, and if you look in there, it's a 4-cylinder. You can see the 4 pipes coming out of there, looking really nice. And then you have some nice fairing here as well. And if we look on the left hand side, it's the same setup, but you have ABS obviously. Let's move on to the side. So looking at the left hand side of the bike, you have that nice wing fairing here. And if you look here, you have NFC indicator here, which means that with your card or possibly your phone, you can access this bike and have the ignition. There's better lighting here. Let's continue from here. So look at the side panel. You have some really nice fairings here. Design looks really beautiful. There's some decals here. You got white, gray, some sort of brown and black plastic panel on the bottom to cover everything up. And if we look here, this plastic is done nicely. It kind of looks like metal, but it's not. It's just part of the fairing, and the space made for extra cooling. And if you look in there, you see the engine block itself, which is blacked out really nicely. You have your clutch cable here, and on the down here we have a brake lever, which feels very good and it's of a very high quality metal. And then you have your foot pegs here, which have all these teeth on them, and so your feet are not going to slip whilst you are on the bike. And I would say the teeth are quite pronounced as well, so it's going to give you some very nice grip. And down here you have your exhaust going all the way down, and this is where you have all that sound is going to be produced, which is going to lead to the exhaust. So as you can see, the exhaust comes in one. It exits from here and then it splits here, leading to 2 exhausts on the right and 2 on the left. So you can see you got your CFMoto right there embossed on it. And let's go to the tire department. So for aerodynamic purposes, I like the design of this wheel. It looks really beautiful. So the rear tires come in 180/55 rim 17 tires from Maxxis. I'm not sure about the quality of Maxxis tires, but I'm sure they've done their work. But look at the design of these rims, man. You got CFMoto badging on it. It's an alloy rim, but for aerodynamic purposes, you have these plastic inserts, kind of like that you see on a car. But they are not just any flimsy plastic. They're really good plastic, and they fit really well. So they're not going to come off even if you're riding at top speed. So that's really nice. Let's take another look at the quad exhaust. So we got 4 mufflers here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to bring out some really good sound. And we see the profile of the tire. And if we look here, this is your number plate placement area. You get a reflector here, your number plate lighting right there. And then you have your daytime running lights and turn signals installed here, right behind the pillion. This bike is not for the purpose of carrying a pillion, although you can do it for short distances. There is a foot peg for the pillion as well, very tactile, but obviously it's going to be for short distances, not for a trip. Now, if we look at the left-hand side, we have a very nice thick chain and chain sprocket, and you can see all the bolts look of high quality. You got your Brembo brake there with a nice brake disc with your ABS rotor there. It's very, very compact. And if we go into the side, you have a mud guard, which is plastic, but for very high quality plastic. And then in there you have your rear suspension, single rear suspension, which is adjustable with tools, not electronically. And you come to the swing arm. It's just one swing arm on the left hand side, and you can see how thick it is. Very beefy to give it more stability and strength. And then you have your foot peg, you have your gear lever, which is very tactile, sounds very, very good. Quick shifter as well. And then you have your stand right here of very solid metal, and you can see the left hand side of the engine block. And then you have all your decals, and then your frame cover. And I like how the paint has been done. It kind of feels like the frame itself, but the frame is actually these pipes going all the way. And then you have all these nice plastic fairings to cover it. And here you have some nice soft, not too soft, but kind of rubber covering the frame itself, so you don't feel the heat that will come from there. You got all your cooling pipes in there. Being a sports bike is very compact, and so it's not easy to see the engine from here. But let me just step back a little so we can see the full profile of the left hand side. Now let's look at the seats. Like I mentioned earlier, the pillion is very, very small. For short distances it's possible, but obviously not for long distances. And this is the seating. It's kind of has this perforated effect, but I'm pretty sure water is not going to seep in. And it's firm, but it's comfortable at the same time. I sat on it earlier. Here you have your badging to tell you what bike it is. So you have 750 SR-S racing core. It's a keyless ride, and so you can see that even the fuel cap is keyless, so you need a key to be around to open up. You don't need a physical key. And as you can see, you don't have any area for inserting your key to start the bike, so the whole bike is keyless. You got a stabilizer here for those top speeds to keep the steering stable. And if we look on the right hand side, we have a function button here. We got your ignition right here, and as you can see, there's a key indicator right there. You got a hazard light, hazard button over there. You got your accelerator, and then you got your front brake here. Front brake lever is very, very solid, blacked out as well. You got your brake fluid reservoir for the front brakes. And then if we look at the whole front, it just looks really, really sporty. You got another indication here telling you it's a CFMoto 750SR-S. And then you got your front suspension, which is adjustable with Allen keys, I'm guessing. And then we look on the left hand side. This is kind of signature CFMoto. So you have all the navigation going on here. So you have the navigation buttons, you have back, set, turn signal, very tactile. The feedback is not as I would have expected it, but it's there. And then below here you have a horn, and then up here you have traction control. You can turn it on and off, and then you have your button for high beam, low beam, and flashing to pass, that kind of thing. And then you have your clutch lever. So all looking really, really nice. So you just scan that, and so we have the ignition on right now, and it looks really, really good. Very, very crisp. maybe I should sit on the bike and take a look. So let's take a deeper look at the ignition. Looks really, really bright and crisp and very clear. And let's see what it has to offer. So you have obviously your gear indication, which is nicely placed on the left hand side. I don't know if anyone would like it on the right, but I think that for me, the natural place to see it will be on the left hand side. So nicely done. You have your rev counter here all the way up to 14,000. So once you hit 11,000, you are in the red zone. And then you have your ABS indicator, traction control, engine light, oil indicator, and then you have water temperature, your fuel, remaining fuel. I like how it has been done, a very straight, simple line, and it just goes down as you consume your fuel. And then you have stand indication, your kilometers on that side, and then when you come down here you have 17.3 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's the consumption, average consumption that will be displayed. And then time, how long you've been on the bike, and then your total kilometers. It's not a touch screen. You can track your lap times and all that kind of stuff. So lots of indications here as well. And then let's move on to function. So if I press function, you can see it's all in Chinese now, but I'm sure if it's going out there, the language will be in English. The ones made for export will be in English. So yeah, overall a very crisp and clear TFT dash here for the 750 SR-S. So that's really, really good. And the seating position, when I'm sat here, the seats are firm, but they are comfortable at the same time. So here we're taking a look at the lighting. So as you can see, when the ignition is on, this is the daytime running lights that we have, and your headlamps are below. This is what the rear lights look like, and these will illuminate when you engage the brakes. So let me do that. It's kind of tricky here, but so with the brakes it illuminates. And then the turn signals are on the left and right, but this is how it behaves. It just lightens up and brightens up when the brakes are hit. I think it's really, really good. It's raised high enough for any driver to see you. It's not one of those that are hidden under a panel somewhere. It's very visible. So even high trucks are going to be able to see you. And it's very, very bright as well. Now let's look at the turn signals. So beautifully down on the right and left. I thought it was going to be just this area, but the whole area, kind of like a sea, is illuminated, and so for visibility it's going to be very good. Let's take a look at the front as well. So as you can see, the front indicator is on the driving mirror. Very, very visible.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, moved G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Like, yeah.
I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead, picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah, 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 yeah. Isn't it lovely?
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in this first look of the 750SR-S sport bike from CFMoto. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can grow it together. Till I see you in the next video guys, ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.